Do you know what time it is?
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I need a crack rock on the spot.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. We are officially nearing the end of 2023, and that makes me very, very sad because this has been the official year of FAFO. FAFO, you F around, you find out. That's the rules of 2023. It doesn't matter if you're Dizzy, doesn't matter if you're Bud Light, doesn't matter if you're Target, doesn't matter if you're Hunter Biden. Now we are capping the year off with a perfect crescendo. The FAFO rule applies to Hunter Biden. And man, I got to tell you, I just read the Hunter Biden filing from the Justice Department. The gloves are officially off. Check this out. Hunter Biden indicted in 9 tax evasion charges. President Biden's son is accused of spending millions on extravagant lifestyle while avoiding paying taxes and faces 17 years in prison. This was a filing that landed in California. This was a special grand jury in Los Angeles. David Weiss, the special counsel, had been working in Los Angeles in order to get these 9 charges. And man, they are going to be very painful. All 9 charges relate to tax, including 4 failure to pay charges, 2 felony charges, a filing of a tax return, a felony charge for tax evasion, further 2 charges for failure to file. The charges span 2016, 17, 18, and 19 tax years. But baby, it gets spicy. Check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is from the filing. You got to read this. It's so unbelievably painful. If you are Hunter Biden, if you are Joe Biden, seeing this in black and white from the federal government is going to absolutely melt your face. Between 2016 and October 15, 2020, the defendant spent his money on drugs, escorts, girlfriends, luxury hotels, rental properties, exotic cars, clothing, and other items of a personal nature. In short, everything but his taxes. Absolute, total flames. Here's the actual filing. Here are the charges themselves. It is a monster filing, a 55-page filing. This thing is a beast. They did their homework. Of course, they would have to. The 9 charges in California include evasion of taxes, failure to pay, failure to file and pay taxes, false fraudulent returns. This could potentially mean Hunter Biden spending close to 20 years in prison. Now, will he spend that kind of time in prison? We'll see. We shall see. This thing, again, is an absolute monster. So what's going to happen next to Hunter Biden? I don't know, man. They're saying the gloves are officially off right now. And you should consider reading this filing because it is pure and total, unadulterated, unabridged flames. Jesse Waters' reaction on Fox News. This is the Fox News on-air live reaction to the news. Let's go.
Just now out of California, I think there's 9 counts, facing 17 years. He'll never serve. But some interesting things out of the indictment. We're reading it right now. He kept the taxes for 2016, Kaylee, in the trunk of his car. Yeah, his ex-wife texted him, I found our unfiled 2016 tax returns in your trunk. That 2016 return, that was when his father was vice president. So he was cheating on his taxes when his father was vice president. We also have here, his assistant told him every week he owed his taxes. He didn't listen to his assistant the way I listened to Johnny. And again, you know, $1,500 on strippers, he deducts it and stuff like that. But you're looking at some of these numbers, Kaylee. $3 million coming from Romania, $1 million a year from Burisma, $8 million from China. How do you interpret that?
Well, first, Johnny would never let this happen to you,
never.
Nor do you have the moral depravity to engage in this behavior. But look, 9 counts, one of which I'm told is account for failure to file returns as they pertain to Owasco. Owasco, of course, is that business where the payment went out to Joe from. They're small payments, albeit, but payments nonetheless. So a lot to look at here. And notably, remember, there was David Weiss wanting to file in California these charges last fall. He was stopped. So what happened between last fall and today? 2 whistleblowers. So a lot to dig into here. I want to know the payments, where they went, the shell companies. Was Joe in any way connected to this?
We know exactly what happened here. And yes, of course, Kaylee, Joe was connected to this. This is the result of two whistleblowers who are absolute heroes to the American Republic, ladies and gentlemen. Heroes. Say his name, Gary Schlapley. Say his name, Joseph Ziegler. These are the two IRS whistleblowers. James Comer is saying without them, this wouldn't be happening. They were trying to sweep this under the rug. The DOJ got caught in his attempt to give Hunter an unprecedented sweetheart plea deal. Today's charges filed against Hunter are the result of IRS whistleblowers who bravely came forward. Americans should applaud these men. Here are the felony counts: failure to file, failure to pay, failure to pay, failure to pay, failure to file. Here they are in black and white, bricked out from the 55-page filing. 55-page filing. How do we know about any of this? How do we know that this was a cover-up? Well, because the IRS agents who were tasked with investigating this said it was a cover-up and said they weren't allowed to ask about Joe Biden. Interesting.
Who is still working for the IRS, told us that even before President Biden took office, he was directed to avoid leads involving Hunter's father.
There were certain investigative steps that we weren't allowed to take that could have led us to President Biden.
And you wanted to take them.
We needed to take them.
And you weren't allowed to take them.
That's correct.
Biggest scandal in all of our modern American history. And of course, you've heard very little of it. CNN was forced to cover this, and they did so through seething and tears and writhing and demonic possession. Check this out.
Because we've just gotten hold of the new Hunter Biden indictment. I'm going to go back to CNN's Paula Reed. What have you learned, Paula?
Well, I understand. I have the indictment right here. It's voluminous. It's 56 pages. But in going through this, the Justice Department details the allegations supporting these 9 counts that they have filed against Hunter Biden. They include 3 felony tax offenses and 6 misdemeanor tax offenses. Now, to put that in context, Hunter Biden was hoping to resolve this investigation by pleading guilty to just 2 misdemeanors. But here, the Justice Department is alleging that he engaged in a 4-year scheme in which they say he chose not to pay at least $1.4 million in self-assessed federal taxes he owed between 2016 and 2019. And then they also accuse him of trying to evade the assessment of taxes for 2018 when he filed false returns. Now, they allege that he subverted the payroll and tax withholding process of his own company by withdrawing millions outside of that process. They also accuse him of spending millions of dollars on a, quote, extravagant lifestyle rather than paying his tax bills. They say in 2018, he stopped paying his outstanding and overdue taxes for the tax year 2015 and willfully failed to pay his 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 taxes on time, despite, they say, having access to funds to pay some or all of these taxes.
Oh, man. I mean, guys, the gloves are off. So what's the end game here? What's the end game here? And by the way, like, that testimony matches up. So these charges match up perfectly with what the whistleblowers have said. These whistleblowers are absolute American heroes.
November of 2022, the statute of limitations was set to expire for the 2014 and 2015 charges in D.C., which included the 2014 felonies for the attempt to evade or defeat tax and fraud or false statement regarding bereavement income earned by Hunter Biden in those years. The statute of limitations had been extended through a tolling agreement with Hunter Biden's defense counsel, and they were willing to extend it past November 2022. Weiss allowed those to expire.
Ooh, baby. So Weiss felt the heat. This from the Judiciary, House Judiciary GOP. How scared is the Biden administration to have Hunter testify now? Hunter is supposed to testify next week. The 13th of December is the date that Hunter is supposed to testify. Save Hunter Biden from the IRS. Shut up, Ashley. Joe will pardon Hunter. They're going to do this to pretend to have equal justice so they can legally get Trump. This is what Cat Turd says. So my thoughts on this are, far more malevolent, quite frankly. I think that this is happening in California because Gavin Newsom wants to be president of the United States. I think that Gavin Newsom is a very evil, cunning man, and that he wants to be president and that he will do anything to become president. And this is a wonderful opportunity to get Joe Biden the full pressure of the state on Joe Biden. They've never felt it like this before. It's amazing. You've seen again and again and again the Bidens skate justice, do whatever they want, act as though they are oligarchs or princelings inside of this nation, and that no laws will ever apply to them. You've seen it again and again and again. And then suddenly, out of the blue, the federal government, while Joe Biden is president of the United States, resident in the White House, suddenly they start filing charges against them. They could have done this years ago. Joe Biden's been a creepy, predator, degenerate, horrible human being for a very long time. The guy worked in the Senate and he has multiple beach houses. How the hell did that happen? Yeah, okay. The guy's incredibly corrupt, but they wait till now. Why now? Why the election year, the very end of 2023? They want to switch Gavin Newsom up. The easy move here is you pardon your son and then you step aside. And you say, I'm going to pardon my son. And if you have these kind of charges brought against you or your family, you shouldn't be running for president. And then you tip your hat to Donald Trump and say, you have charges. You have federal charges against you. You shouldn't be running for president. I think that's going to be the move. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to push Biden aside using this leverage. And they're going to go after his kids, which of course is the leverage point. These people are incredibly evil. The Biden's making it very easy. Hunter Biden's been skating for years. The stories are just breathtaking from Hunter Biden and his laptop. I mean, breathtaking. One time the Secret Service kicked in his door when he was on some bender because he was using his father's credit card to pay for hookers, which of course would have implicated Joe Biden in human trafficking and so on. It's evil no matter what the implication is, but nonetheless, like the Secret Service had to stop him from doing that. How incredible. They've been living inside of a protection bubble for this long, and now the bubble has burst. Ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to seeing what happens next. I don't know. They're totally evil. They may just actually charge this guy to get him to stop running. And at the very least, no honor among thieves. F-A-F-O, 'tis the season. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay based.